mic on both of you by the time we're done here. Welcome back to Studio 501c3, a show dedicated to featuring nonprofit organizations serving Montgomery County. Joining us is Sally Kinka, who is the Director of Programs for ArtStream Incorporated. And also with us is Adam McCrensky, who is an actor with ArtStream. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, tell me a little bit about ArtStream and some of the programs that you're involved with.
ArtStream is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to bring the performing arts to underserved communities. Some of the communities that we serve right now are persons with disabilities, children who are ill, and children who are grieving. We have other projects planned for the future, but those are our big populations that we serve right now.
Yeah, and where are you located?
We work in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. We have programs in Montgomery County, in Gaithersburg, in Silver Spring. We also have some programs in Virginia and the district.
Great. So where do you do the programs? Are they out of schools or out of facilities? And how would people find you, basically? What's the point of contact in the community?
Well, yes, all of the above. We go out, and all our programs are outreach. Some of the programs we offer, we rent places and they come to those places. Other times we go into schools. We go into provider agencies for our adults with disabilities programs. We work with CSAC, the ARC of Montgomery County. We have a program at the Catherine Thomas School, as well as some public schools in Montgomery County. So
you're really partnering with organizations and schools in terms of delivering the services.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how you got connected with the organization, and you're on staff with them.
Yes.
And what brought you to be involved with the organization?
Well, I'm also one of the co-founders.
Oh.
We were a group of caring, compassionate artist educators who had all had vast experience working with special populations. And we really saw a need in the community to serve people that don't get an opportunity to do performing arts any place else, or very, very few places. So that's how we started.
So tell me a little bit about the performing arts. What particular arts do you focus on, and what are kinds of the programs? And we'll talk a little bit with Adam here, because I know he's involved with some of them, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do a lot of theater, and we do a lot of musical theater, which includes music, of course, and dance as well. So those are our main three things. We've also taught classes in visual arts, and we even have some yoga and some interesting combinations of drama, dance, music.
Yeah, great. Adam, tell me a little bit about your experience. You're an actor.
Yes. I started Pegasus. I found out, and then I decided to go to ArtStream.
Yeah.
I used to go to Pegasus. I used to direct Pegasus, and I wanted to do something where you could do a show. And then I went to ArtStream.
So you really like performing.
And then she's directing ArtStream. That's how I got involved in this.
All right, great. So you like to act.
Yes.
This is part of the performing experience that you get through ArtStream?
Yes.
So tell me about some of the shows and some of the things that you've been involved in. What have you done? What shows have you done, or what roles have you played?
The shows I did in Pegasus were All Time in the World and Big Feet. And the shows I did in ArtStream were The Curious Quest and Return of the Starlight. First I did Return of the Starlight, then I did The Curious Quest.
All right. And so how did you feel? What was it like being up there and performing? You actually performed on stage?
Yes.
And what was it like performing?
It was amazing. I get to do everything on stage.
Yeah, that's great.
People get to see it.
And so that must have felt great to be up there. And,
yeah, I guess.
And to perform.
Yep, it must have been great.
All right, great.
I think it's nice that I got to perform something like this.
And so what things are you looking forward to this coming year? Are you working on a new play?
Yep, and now we're working on a new show that's a murder mystery.
A murder mystery?
Yes.
So this is almost like a whodunit?
Yes.
All right, great. And do you know what role you're going to play yet?
No, I'm going to play in a role called... Yeah, I'm going to be a grocery store worker who's flirty, and a singer who's just as good as Miley Cyrus, except it's Riley Cyrus, Riley Nihilus.
So you have to play two different roles on this. All right, that's great. So tell me about what some of the rewards. Obviously, it's a great opportunity because you're saying you're reaching out to really underserved communities in this and giving them an opportunity to perform in places that they might not otherwise have had the experience.
Right. I don't know of a lot of other places in the area that offer opportunities like this. It's very rewarding for me to see how far the actors come from the beginning of the rehearsal process until they actually get on stage and get that applause, which is wonderful for anyone. And they really work hard, and we have high expectations for them, and we challenge them, and they rise to those challenges, and it's a wonderful experience for everyone.
Yeah. Now, Adam, I can imagine at first it must have been a little scary or a little bit intimidating. I know when I was on stage, I had to worry a little bit of stage fright.
Well, I'm used to it because I've been doing some shows for a long time. Mm-hmm. Probably longer than anyone else.
Uh-huh. So what would you tell other people who might want to get involved? What would you share with them?
I think it's great.
Mm-hmm. So something you think they should be involved with?
I think if they want to act and they want to do a performance, I think I should convince them that it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. All right. So in terms of support for the organization, how do you get your funding? How does that, where do you get that support from in terms of the stuff that goes on in Montgomery County specifically?
Well, most of our funding comes from individual donors right at this point in time. We've had our 501c3 for 2 years now, and I guess the magic number is 3 for your big corporate donors, so we're looking forward to that. We have gotten some help from some foundations with our budget, and we're always looking for more donors, but we also are looking for volunteers too. We use mentors in our programs, mostly teenagers. They get.
And how do you use the mentors? What kind of roles do they take on?
They have on-stage acting roles where they also will help the other participants to remember lines, remember their blocking, remember their entrances. They help out with costume changes, and more importantly, they're friends. You know, they're part of the group, and it's a great experience to have both those communities working together. It really raises the awareness. The mentors come back every year as volunteers because they just are so fulfilled and have such a great time working with the other actors. Yeah,
great. Adam, do you remember working with any of your mentors? What was it like?
I think it was nice to help others. I think those mentors, I think it's nice to have mentors to help other people. And
it really helped you in the process and through the performance?
Yeah. I think they were pretty nice.
Yeah.
I think we have a great number of mentors who are working.
All right, and I could always use some few more. Now, do you particularly focus on, you said high school students, would they be in a drama program, or could it be anybody who'd be involved?
It could be anybody. We tend to like that they have acting experience just so they kind of know what to expect and know the program, and especially since we ask them to help remember other people's lines as well, it's good for them to have some experience.
So what kind of feedback do you get performance-wise from the families and the extended folks who are involved with the organization?
Well, when the families see the shows, a lot of times they're even surprised at what their family member can accomplish that they may not have expected from them, and that's always great to see.
I think it's amazing. I said this on my news that when the parents of the children with disabilities, who have problems, see them perform on stage, they're like surprised that they can at least perform on stage. I think
So it gives them hope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And I also think for the general public, which we would like to invite to come out to our shows, the Gaithersburg shows are always in June, and Silver Spring will perform in May every year, because the general public gets an awareness that they may not have had before, that people with disabilities can perform and have talents that are just as viable and worthy as anyone else, and I think it's very helpful in the community to bring that awareness to the general public.
Now, how do you select the plays? Obviously, that requires a little bit more cast behind the cast. The cast behind the cast. Those are all the supporting, maybe technicians, etc. Where do those folks come from?
Well, our play, the way we get our plays is very unique, and that's part of the reason why ArtStream has been so successful. I think the group gets together, the actors and the artistic team, which is a teacher, director, and an assistant, and the group actually comes up with ideas for the show. So they help to create the show themselves. Then they come up with characters that they'd like to play. We do series of improvisations.
So each person has an idea, and then we could do, each person has an idea that they, and each person shares an idea, and then...
So you actually help develop the script and the performance
Yep.
as well. You're not just an
Yep.
actor then.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And each role is tailor-made for the individual participant to help them really shine with their personal strengths and abilities.
So it must bring out their own individual potential then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So every show we do is an original show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So that must take an amount of creative effort, though. I mean, it's not just reading from a script or rehearsing and blocking of a script. There's this whole creative process. So it sounds like you're engaged for a good cycle of time, even before the performance.
Right, right. We rehearse for 6 months, meeting once a week before our show. Yeah. And then we have, once our show is over, we have a series of classes. Once the show is over,
we have some classes to see what everyone, to see how everyone can, you know,
build on their skills,
to see how their acting skills are doing ever since we've done it. Even
so
though we have the same number of people, but we can still show her how our skills are doing.
Right.
From
so you can build on things one step at a time.
And then we have auditions, and then we have to improvise. We have to plan the script.
Now, when you have auditions, do you bring in more? Is that your opportunity to bring in more actors into the process?
And the classes too. When the classes start, we keep getting more and more. In fact, we're almost ready to start 2 more companies. We have 4 right now, and we're getting over full.
Now, when you say you have companies, are they based upon geography or where you're actually located? So one in Silver Spring.
Yeah, 1 in Silver Spring, 1 in Arlington, Virginia, and 2 in Gaithersburg.
All right. So then, in terms of building those companies and sustaining them, in terms of the overall effort, what are the opportunities for other people to get involved and help you out? You talked a little bit about the volunteers and the mentors, but are there other opportunities?
Yeah, sure. We're always looking for people to help backstage. We're looking for technicians that would like to volunteer to help run lights, run sound, work as ushers from the house. You name it. We'll take all the volunteers that we can get, because you know, it takes a lot of people to put on a performance. So
I think it's just fantastic that you can actually perform, that people like that people get to go to ArtStream and rehearse and then get to perform on stage. So I think it's fantastic, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing more performances. I'm not sure when I'll stop.
You'll never stop, Adam.
Well, that sounds like it's been a great opportunity then for you. Well, I'm sure that as you go along, that there's been a great response in terms of how to be able to build upon the company. Where do you see it building from here? You say in terms of more opportunities for building another company, but where do you see it evolving as you go into the 3rd and 4th year?
Well, our companies, like I said, I think we're going to add a couple more companies probably by next year. We also have a new program in the hospitals that we're just starting to work with those populations. That's just going to begin this year. We have a professional show that's going to tour in the hospitals, and it's in the children's units, and it's interactive so that those children patients can actually play roles along with the professionals, and then they get to decide how the play ends. So the actors will have to improvise depending on whatever they come up with.
Whatever input that they come up with.
So and that's also going to become webisodes starting in spring. We're going to be broadcasting that same show on the web.
All right, that's great. So you have a little bit of high-tech coming out of that as well as the high-touch aspects of it, of really making a difference, interactive, and et cetera.
Yeah, I also have a question for the director. We're going to put that on the web?
The hospital show, we're going to go on the web, yeah.
Oh, we can see the whole show on the web?
Yeah.
So
I think we should make my show a website where we could see the whole show instead of a DVD. We see it on the web.
Oh, well, that's an idea.
Well, of course, you can do that when it's your own creative work. So
that's
it's an excellent opportunity. Well, we've just about run out of time. So I just want to say, is there anything, last thing you'd like to share with us, Adam, about your experiences and what you'd say to others in terms of being involved?
I think I hope I'm definitely going to be good I definitely I definitely, well, I just want to say that I think this year we're starting to improvise and stuff. We're starting to work on planning the script so that she can create it in January.
That's great.
You're going to tell everybody to come out and see your show?
And
Come out and see you perform in June? Would you want to tell them that?
oh, and by the way, and also can you, so we are going to improvise those scenes and then be done with this, and then we're going to have our script ready in January, so we'll have our show perfect before Tech Week. And I hope you're able to come to our show.
All right, outstanding. Well, we're going to definitely let everybody know about it. Thanks for being here for this show. And for more information about ArtStream Incorporated, please visit their website at www.art-stream.org or call 301-941-1008. And there's their information up on the screen. And if your organization makes a significant contribution to Montgomery County and its residents, please let us know about it and share. This is your chance, and on this show, it's your chance to let people know about the great services that you offer. So give us a call.